Welcome to another episode of Hood Games. I'm your host, the 40-year-old gamer, and today we are going to talk about 12 Xbox 360 games that's backwards compatible with the Series X. That's first-person shooters. And without further ado, y'all already see what I'm holding up in my hand. The first game we're talking about is Call of Duty Ghosts. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't play Call of Duty for the multiplayer. I play them for the campaign, and this game was really looked over. Like, this was the black sheep of the Call of Duty games, and I think this is a terrific. I think this has a terrific campaign, man. If people will go back and just play the campaign, man, they would realize that this is a solid game, man. But without further ado, let's get into a clip of Call of Duty Ghosts for the Xbox 360, backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. Call of Duty Ghosts is definitely one of my favorite Xbox 360 first-person shooters to play, man. And I'm real glad that they made the Call of Duty backwards compatible with the Series X. And this is one of the games they definitely made backwards compatible, and I'm happy to own a physical copy of, man. So, and it's all about the campaign to me. When I play the Call of Duty, it's never about the multiplayer, because I never really played a multiplayer. I always play the campaign, man. So if y'all haven't played the campaign of Call of Duty Ghosts, go back and give the campaign a try in Call of Duty Ghosts, and tell me you don't like Call of Duty Ghosts after you play the campaign, because it's real dope, man. But let's get into the second first-person shooter that's backwards compatible with the Series X. Ghost is definitely one of them games you want in your collection that's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. But without further ado, let's get into the next first-person shooter. Next first-person shooter we're going to talk about that's real dope. Call of Duty Ghosts, or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 for the Xbox 360. Like I said, I don't play these games for the multiplayer. I play them for the campaign and the story. This got a dope story, a dope campaign, and this is number 2 out of 12 first-person shooters that's backwards compatible with the Xbox 360, man. Y'all gotta see y'all gotta play the Modern Warfare 2 got one of the dopest campaigns I have ever seen in a video game, man. And it's just like Call of Duty Ghosts. Like, the campaign is so dope in here. I can't believe so many people go straight to the multiplayer without playing the story of the game, man. But that's not me, man. I don't play multiplayer with Call of Duty, or really hardly no games. But I'm telling you right now, man, the campaign in this is real dope. For those that haven't played the campaign, go back and play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the campaign of it, man. And I guarantee that you'll like this first-person shooter. It is backwards compatible with the Series X, so that really makes me happy. Yes, Modern Warfare 2 is a dope game, just in case y'all didn't know, man. This has one of the dopest campaigns that you can play in first person shooter, and it's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. If you don't play nothing else, man, I guarantee you play that airport scene, and you'll be hooked. But let's get to the next first person shooter. Next first person shooter that's backwards compatible that I actually like. I haven't played a lot of it. I played maybe an hour of it, and it was okay. It's been pretty good. But I never really got into this genre, man, and that is Halo 4 for the Xbox 360. I like Halo 4. It's a dope first-person shooter, and it's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. And I love it because I like it even more because, to me, it runs better and it looks a little better than what it looked on an Xbox 360, man. And Halo 4 is definitely a classic in the Xbox 360 era. Yeah, if y'all have not seen Halo 4, man, y'all definitely should check out Halo 4 for the Xbox 360 because it has a good campaign. So far, it has a really good campaign. The only reason that I only played maybe an hour of this game is because I was into other games when I started playing this. And, I played some of it. I liked it, but I had went off of it. I stopped playing it, man. and maybe I shouldn't have did that, but you know, I'm going to go back to it, you know, soon. I'm gonna go back to Halo 4, man, and I'm gonna finish this campaign, man. And it's a really dope game, man, that I really like a lot. So, without further ado, let's get into it. And it's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. So, without further ado, let's get into the next first-person shooter that's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. Yeah, I do believe Halo 4 is a real fun game to play, but you know, like I said, this is one of the games that I have to go back to later. One of the first-person shooters I have to go back to later and finish, man, because it did have a good campaign, a good story. I just never got a chance to finish it, man. But let's get to the next first-person shooter. Next first-person shooter, Rage, for the Xbox 360. This first-person shooter is dope. I know a lot of people did not play the first Rage, and it's a real dope game, man. This is well, I don't know how much better this is than the second Rage, because the second Rage, I think they said was pretty good too. But I never played the second Rage. I don't own it. I own the first Rage for the Xbox 360, and it is backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. I personally think Rage is a real dope game, man. For y'all, it's got a real dope campaign, and it's got a real dope story in it, man. I don't know nothing about the multiplayer, because like I said, I really don't play these games for the multiplayer. I play them for the story. And Rage is one of the good first-person shooters, man, that I highly recommend people play if you have not played Rage, man. And because it's a real good one, man. I love how I love the driving mechanics, and I love the first-person shooting mechanics, man. And without further ado, let's get into the next first-person shooter that's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X that I think you should pick up before you can't find it no more. Rage is an excellent game for the Xbox 360 that I think people should really pick up and play this game, man. This game is real dope, man. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I guarantee if you are into first person shooters, you will like this, and this is backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. So without further ado, let's get into the next first person shooter. Backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. And that is Borderlands 1. Borderlands 1 is dope as heck, man. For the X, and it's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. It's a first-person shooter with them shell-shaded graphics, man. And if you like first-person shooters, I think you'll like this. Fortunately, Borderlands is one of the games that I beat, Borderlands 1. And that's just because it was a great first-person shooter, man. So it's like a first-person action adventure game, man. And it's another one that I think people would like if they actually tried it, you know, and actually gave it a try, you know, because it's got a lot of looting in it. You can find a lot of weapons. You fight a lot of bosses, you know, and the game is super fun to play, man. You know, my favorite dude is the sniper, which that was the one they showed before her. And yeah, this game is an absolute classic to me. And without further ado, let's get into the next first-person shooter that's backwards compatible for the Xbox Series X. Yep, I think Borderlands 1 is an absolute classic that people should pick up and play. And the reason why I'm even saying these, telling you about these first-person shooters is because they're backwards compatible with the Series X, man. So you can play these on modern platforms, and they look a little better and they run better. But they got these frame boosts and all that stuff, man, or it runs 1-1 with the current. But this was a great game, man. I think everybody should try out, man, Borderlands 1. Let's get into the next first-person shooter. Here we go again. Borderlands 2. This is a great first-person shooter for the Xbox 360 that's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X, man. And we ain't gonna waste too much time, man, you know, talking about it, because you need to go and play it because it's dope. Like I said, you gotta go play this, man, because this game is dope, man. Borderlands 2 is dope, and it's just a real dope series, man, to have, man. I think anybody that like first person shooters should definitely pick this one up, man. This is highly recommended, man, on my list, man. Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2 for the Xbox 360. They both backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X if you got the disc, or a Series S if you got a digital copy of it. But yeah, this is a real dope game, man. It's got a really good campaign in it. Like I said, I don't play these games for the multiplayer. I play these games for the campaign, man, and that's absolutely true, man. So I couldn't tell you how the multiplayer was on this, man. All I know is that this got a real dope campaign. It's got a real dope story to it, and any first-person shooter player should definitely check out this one, Borderlands 2, man, for the Xbox 360. Check out the whole Borderlands series for because the whole series is backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. Even Borderlands 3 that came out for the Xbox One, it's also backwards compatible. So check out the whole series, man. But without further ado, let's get into the next first-person shooter, backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. Yep, Borderlands 2 is a dope game for the Xbox Series X. Well, backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. It's one of my favorites, man. You'll like this one. If you like part one, you're definitely gonna like part two, because part two has a better campaign. Well, it has a better story, which is the campaign. But you can get more loot, you get more weapons and better weapons, and you just feel like you a dog in this game, man. I highly recommend this first person shooter. It is backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. Let's get into the next one. Next first person shooter, The Darkness. This is a real dope game, man. If you have not played it, man, this is an early Xbox 360 release and early in the Xbox 360's life, and it was a dope game, but it was looked over by a lot of people because it wasn't advertised that well. And I put it to you this way: the Xbox 360 digital store will be closing in July 2024, and the only way you're going to be able to play these games after that is if you already bought it and downloaded it for your console, or you got a physical copy of it. But without further ado, let's talk about The Darkness for the Xbox 360, backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. And I'm telling y'all, man, this game is real dope, man. The Darkness 1, basically you this dude, man, Johnny, I believe his name is, or whatever, but he's a mob boss. And somebody put a hit out on him to kill him. And they wasn't successful, and he somehow got these demonic powers, man. He got this demon that helps him kill these dudes, man. It's a dope game. It's got a real dope story. It's a game that I highly recommend people give it a try, man. And yeah, man, this is a real dope first-person shooter, man. And it is backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X, man. So without further ado, yes, it is it's more like a horror game, but I wouldn't say survival horror, even though it is a survival horror first-person shooter. I ain't gonna say survival, because you end up going after these guys and you end up basically slaughtering them with these demons that you got helping you, man. And without further ado, let's get into the next third or first person shooter that's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. Yep, The Darkness 1 is a dope game for the people that have not heard about The Darkness 1, man. Go and pick this up before it's too late, man. This is a great Xbox 360 first person shooter. And without further ado, let's get into the next Xbox 360 first person shooter that's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. The Darkness Part 2. This is real dope for the Xbox 360, and it's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. This one, to me, is better, because it's got, the graphics are better. They're like the shell shaded. They remind me of the graphics of Borderlands. And this is a dope horror first person shooter game if y'all have not seen it yet. And it is backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. And that makes this game, it runs great on the Xbox Series X. It looks great and it runs great, man. The colors and the graphics really kind of pop in this game on the Xbox Series X. So if y'all have not played The Darkness 2, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, this is gonna be a hard game to find, man, because I have not seen many copies of this game out in the wild, man. But if you ever see a copy, man, it's a fun first-person shooter to play. It's got a really good campaign, and it's a horror game. So, yeah, it's about this mob boss, Jackie. That's his name, Jackie, and he is setting revenge on another mob boss that put a hit out on him and almost killed him, man. It's a dope first-person shooter, man. But without further ado, let's get into the next first-person shooter that's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. The only thing about this game is I did not know that there was a part 2 to this game until I ended up going in one of my local game stores one day. The game store is called Play and Trade. And I went in Play and Trade one day, and they happened to have part 2 to this. And I'm like, because I liked it part 1, and I never knew they had brought a part 2 out to this. So when I picked it up and brought it home and played it, it was excellent, and I did end up beating it. I'm not gonna spoil no games for y'all. So, anyways, it's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. So definitely, if you see it out in the wild, go pick it up, man. Let's get into the next first-person shooter that's backwards compatible with the Series X. Time Shift. Time Shift is a great first-person shooter that is backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X, and a lot of people never really seen Time Shift or even probably even heard of Time Shift because Call of Duty might have shelled it out, man. Yeah, because I really think this is one of the dopest first-person shooters that I ever played, man. Because you can you can time shift, like you can slow down time, you can pause time. Them the main two I use, but it's another one, man. You can reverse time as well. You know, you can reverse time, you can pause time, or you can slow down time. You know, and it's real dope, man. This is a real dope first-person shooter. And just to let y'all know, if y'all didn't know by now, it is backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X, man, which makes this game look better and run better. And I am telling y'all, this is definitely a game you want to pick up backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X before you cannot find it no more, man. Because it's an excellent first-person shooter, like I said, man, before, man. You can actually manipulate time in this game, and it's dope, man, to your benefit, man. You know, especially when you fight, man. It comes in critical. You learning how to slow down time, and learning how to pause time, you know, and everything. But this is a game that I did not beat. That I got to the very end, and it. I guess I gotta just figure out how to beat it, man, because I be on top of this building or whatever, fighting all these dudes, and when I kill them all, I somehow end up getting blown up by missiles or whatever. So, you know, I figure it out, man. But this is a highly recommended first-person shooter. It is real dope if you have not played it. And let's get to the next first-person shooter that's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. Yes, Time Shift is a great first-person shooter that I think everybody should check out before it is gone, before you cannot find this game no more. If I was people, I would go after a physical copy, but that's just a nostalgic in me. I grew up with physical copies, so that's what I go after all the time, man. But without further ado, let's get into the next first-person shooter that's backwards compatible with the Series X. And all these first-person shooters that I'm showing y'all today is actually dope first-person shooters, man. I told you, I collect games, but I don't collect games just to be collecting them, just to have a full set. I collect only the games that I like, or a game that I know that I want to play. You know, even if it's a back catalog game, it's a game I want to play. You know, so anyways, without further ado, let's get into the next first-person shooter that's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. That is Fear for the Xbox Series X. This is another first-person horror game, first-person shooter / horror game. And it is dope in a mug, man. Y'all would really like this one. It's got a really good story. I heard the campaign was pretty decent in it, but like I said, I don't play these games for the campaign. I play them for the stories only, man. Let's get into a little clip of Fear. Backwards compatible. It's definitely a game that's highly recommended on my list, and it's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X, man. So y'all definitely should go and check this out, man. It's a great horror game. It's got a lot of jump scares in it, and for it to be a first-person shooter, this is just the type of games you don't see a lot. A first-person shooter that's a horror game, that's real dope. You know, and I guarantee y'all that if you like first-person shooters, you would like this first-person shooter, man. And what makes it even better is that it runs on an Xbox Series X, and it runs way better, and it looks way better on the Xbox Series X, man. Guaranteed, man, that if y'all play this game, man, y'all would like this game, man. Check this game out, man. Fear 1 for the Xbox Series X, man. If y'all can find a physical copy, go get it, man. Other than that, let's get into the next first-person shooter that's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. Yes, Fear 1 is a great first-person shooter that's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. That I think a lot of people should really check this out, man, because it's a dope first-person shooter backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. And not only that, but if I remember right, this is one of those games that's got that, it's like double the frame rate. So it looks really, really good. It looks like a next-gen game, man. I guarantee you that if y'all go back and play this Fear, y'all would like it a lot, man. Without further ado, let's get into the next first-person shooter, backwards compatible with the Series X. Next one, number 11, Fear 3. This is also backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X, and it's also got the FPS boost, where it's double the frame rate, man. Pick this game up if you have not played this game. Fear 3 is a very, very good first-person shooter, man. And it's another horror first-person shooter, man. It's like Fear 1 and Fear 2. But Fear 1 and Fear 3 is the ones I own, so those are the ones I'm talking about today. I don't own Fear 2 yet right now. I'll have to find it. But anyways, this is a great first-person shooter that is backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. And if you like horror, then that's just the icing on the cake right there, man. A first-person shooter that is a real horror game, and it is really like intense, man, with the jump scares and everything, man. It's a highly recommended game, man. It's one of the games I really highly recommend that y'all go and seek out before it is gone, man. Fear 3 for the Xbox 360. But make sure y'all get all of them, man, because it ain't worth just getting Fear 3, man. You'll be mad that you didn't get 1 and 2, because 1 and 2 is just as good as Part 3, man. I think 1 is actually better than Part 2 and 3. But Part 3 is real dope, man. I have not played Part 2 yet. I've seen a couple trailers of it, and I've seen a couple people play it, but, these are the ones I own. These are the ones I'm talking about. Let's get into the next first-person shooter that's backwards compatible. With the Xbox Series X, yes, Fear 3 is backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. The whole Fear trilogy is backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. You will like this if you are into first-person shooters and you might not heard of this game before. Pick up Fear 1, 2, and 3, man, for the Xbox 360. They are all backwards compatible with the physical disc with the Series X, man. Play them on your modern consoles, man. It's great. They are great games, man. And without further ado, let's get into the last game. The last first-person shooter that we're going to talk about that's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. And that is BioShock. BioShock is real dope. It's a first-person shooter, backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. I do have the whole series of BioShock, but this game is absolutely amazing. And without further ado, let's see a clip of BioShock, backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X, man. BioShock is real dope, man. If y'all have not played this, man, this is a real dope game, man. And I'm gonna let you know right now, all three of them is dope, man. It's a trilogy of them. BioShock 1, BioShock 2, and BioShock Infinite. This is a great first-person shooter about you going on, basically, I don't know if you get on this boat or you get on some type of elevator or whatever, but you start going down into this water. And there's an underground city. There's an underwater city that's under the water. And you go in here and there's just a lot of strange people, strange creatures, you know, and everything. And it's a great, at least in my opinion, this is also a horror first-person shooter, but it doesn't have like no jump scares like that or nothing. But it's got some really good parts in it, and it's a great game. Yes, BioShock is a really dope game. The whole trilogy is dope, and let's go back through the 12 games that I just previously mentioned. That's backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. All 12 of these first-person shooters. This one is BioShock. There's a trilogy to this. All the BioShocks are backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. So definitely pick those up. Fear 3, backwards compatible with Xbox Series X. Number 11. Number 10. Fear 1. Number 9. Time Shift. Number 8. The Darkness 2. 7. The Darkness 1. Number 6. Borderlands 2. Number 5. Borderlands 1. Number 4. Number 4. Rage. Number 3. Halo 4. Number 2. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And number 1 was Call of Duty Ghosts. These are all excellent first-person shooters, backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. And thank y'all for watching. You know, like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, y'all too old to be playing video games.